everybody. It is Comping CaliRado, where we comp both California and Colorado. And I'm sure you're already asking questions because it's my big face on the screen instead of me, Renee, and Austin today. Everybody's working deals. Honestly, everybody's trying to get things sold and working on stuff. And so we could not show up for you guys today and fully comping your deals. But I still wanted to pop on here because I've got two great things for you. One is a calculator that's going to help you comp specifically in Colorado. The only reason that it doesn't transfer to a California comping is because the repair values are a little bit different in California. So this is best for Colorado, but I suggest everybody hang on because this is going to be 10 to 15 minutes of just awesome value that we're going to download you with. And then I'm going to hop off so I can go get my deals sold. And see, speaking of which, an agent is calling me right now on a live, of course. I'm going to jump in very quickly to a deal because Phil has been trying to text me all day. He has been curious about what is going on with his deal. We want to discuss it. We want to go over it. And he already filled out my calculator as to that deal specifically. So I think this is going to be just a really great conversation. And I'm going to pull him up here and we're going to talk about his deal, y'all. Hope you're doing well out there. Hey, Phil.
Hey, how you doing, Corey?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Hi there.
Say hi.
Yeah, you're on YouTube right now. A star already.
So, hey, Corey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. And honestly, just like first off, an apology from me because I know that you had texted me a while ago. It's taken me all day to get back to you.
No worries, I get you're busy.
But thanks for being willing to hop on this live and just talk about your deal and see, what we can do with it.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to pull it up right now. Will you kind of give me motivation and story as to like what's going on?
So, as far as I'm not sure how everybody has theirs set up, but I know if everybody is on Jamil Damji's, team, I've also teamed up with Andy Wong. And I purchased, what he's having, which is Astro Blaster. This is how I found the deal. I was able to, get in contact with agents, especially in Colorado Springs. I actually had to go personally meet these agents because this one, she thought I was, a spam. And she's like, can you send me a license and a picture? And I was like, no, I'll just meet you in your office. So I went over there and met her. And then she sent me this deal. So this deal right here that you see, it's in the Springs. She did mention to me that, he wants to sell it as is. There is a little bit of damage. If we ever pull up the photos, there's photos in there that I found on Zillow. Excuse me. And I looked it over. I used the calculator that yourself and Austin provide us. And it did pretty well. It broke it down really to the T. But I just wanted to make sure on my end that, my comping numbers are good. And if so, I want to obviously send an offer to this.
Cool. And is it on market?
It is on market, yes.
Okay, let's take a look at that now. And let me just pull it up. Do you mind if I share the address since it is on the market? But we'll note to everybody, obviously, this is your address. And my followers are good. They know how to abundance free.
Let me, I'll scroll up real quick. I don't know if it's going to take me off, but 1 second. It is 4211 Hunt Mill Terrace, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Zip code 80910.
All right, give me 1 second because randomly Privy kicked me out, and that's my favorite place to comp personally.
Yeah.
Pop in there. All right, sorry, I've got it though. 4211 Hunts Mill Terrace in Colorado Springs. All right, let me share. Real quick on yours, I know you don't have a ton of time, Phil, but if you go to the the 3 dots that I believe is at the bottom of your screen or top of your screen, what you're looking for is edit mic settings and then turn off the echo. It's like echo cancellation.
Settings, audio, echo cancellation. Turn it off?
Turn it on.
Okay, there it is.
Ah, perfect.
That better?
Oh, wait. No, I can still hear myself. 1 second.
I'll try it again.
Maybe it's the opposite of whatever button you just clicked. And guys, I'm pulling up Privy right now so we can look at
How's
the
that?
details. No, I can still hear the echo.
I'm in a vehicle. I mean, I don't know if that might help.
No, I honestly don't know on the settings on the StreamYard, but I'm gonna mute you while I talk through it for a little bit, and then I'll unmute
Okay.
you. All right, guys. So I've got Privy, and again, I just want to note, in case this is your first time joining us, everybody's address is their address. Please don't go do anything snaky or steal addresses. We absolutely believe in abundance theory here, and we're here to work together towards closings. So just a note, this one is all Phil's. He's working it, but we can always talk about other deals together if you want to work with me. So what do you have the after repair value at, Phil? Oh, sorry, I got to unmute you when you do that.
No worries. I don't know if you can see me, but on the after repair value, I have it at 250K.
Did you have a comp that you liked a lot that brought you to that 250?
Honestly, I don't have Privy anymore, so I had to cut it, but I do not have one. I just kind of looked around in Zillow and did satellite and grid lines, and I was able to get as close as I could and found, some of them were at 204 and the highest I saw was 249. So I just kind of rounded it when it was all right, it's around like 250, maybe 230, and I was like, all right, and I just sent it from there.
Okay, so for collaboration, and if you were to get this deal and resell it, you would want, click that echo cancellation button again, because it's actually better that way. Hearing my reflective voice is going to drive me crazy.
How's that right there?
It's better, at least.
Okay.
Or maybe not, but I'll keep rocking and rolling. All right, Phil, you've got to know what the address is that you pulled your best comp from. Even if you went a 240 or a 245 and then you adjusted up another 5K, having that address is not only good for like this kind of collaboration where I can support you, but also more so for your buyers on the other end. They're going to be like, where'd you pull this number? Because right now, unfortunately, your answer is I pulled it out of my ass. And that's like never going to be good on a buyer side.
Understood. I'll make sure to obviously do a little better job on that.
Well, let's see if we can back up your number if we get confidence. So I'm going to go into Privy and go to comparables. And I know, again, you can do this in Zillow. It just takes a little bit more time, but it's absolutely possible. And I love that I already pull up an investment property like 10 in the list, which means this is an active enough area. But let's find out if they're actually comps for us. I want to go to, I'm actually going to reset and just see what Privy pulls up as comps. All right, 2-1, similar square footage, same year, 245. That's real close to your number. Is there something aside from the fact that this is February that discounts this as a comp, Austin? Do you mind if I pull you to stage? One second, I'm trying to unmute his freaking mic.
That was me, my bad.
There you go. All right, is there anything that would discount this as a comp?
Click on the kitchen.
Oh.
No, not in this price point. That's a comp.
Okay. That's like literally your comp exactly. So I don't know why we would fudge up to like a 250. There's no particular reason to, unless you've got something. Is there anything that you adjust up for, Phil?
No, Carl, I don't have anything else. Like I said, well, you gave the right answer. I kind of like pulled it out of my ass and I just wanted to make sure I was right. But I got really close for pulling it. I kind of just looked around and I was just like, yeah.
Right. So we can lock in that 245. And honestly, like, yeah, you got real close for where not like actually having an address or anything like that. So I would lock this as your comp.
Okay.
Ideally, you would find one that sold more recently, honestly. And I could keep looking for that, but I know that you're short on timeline and everybody watching short on timeline because they also want to go with it. That being said, let me pull up our comping calculator real fast. Oops.
Phil, really quick, I'm looking through your email right now, so I might as well just give you the feedback. Which one is this?
Actually, share your screen if you have the comping calculator pulled up and are giving feedback that way.
I don't immediately, but I can pull it up. The Topaz one, I would pass. There's not really a lot similar going on around it, and just overall sales isn't very many. And with how buyers are right now, I think it's going to be a tough sell. So that one in particular, I would honestly just pass or keep an eye on unless they like start dropping price dramatically and there's like extreme motivation, then it's worth a shot. But for the most part, I would just pass on it for now. And then Corey, you can go ahead. I got to look at this last one.
Okay, cool. 1 second. I want to make it easy that you guys can pull this up and follow along. So,
hey, Phil, you were able to get into the calculator, yeah?
Yeah, because he sent me a screenshot of it. Let's unmute the man.
Yeah, I know. I did everything the instruction said, and I definitely got it working. I'm glad you said something about Topaz because the agent just wrote me back on it, and it's with New Western as well. So I kind of was like, oh, step back for a little bit, and then she gave me a little bit of information on it, and I was thinking the same. Just luckily, like I said, I'm getting lucky right now. Maybe I need to go to Vegas and make some bets, but she said the same, and you kind of confirmed it right there. Like, we should definitely pass on it. And then as for this one that we're looking at, yeah, I'll definitely talk to her. I know she said there's a few things wrong with it. She actually just wrote to me now. I'll send you it in a quick message.
Okay, awesome. That's sweet. All right, so real quick, I'm just going to look at your screenshot of the calculator real fast.
Yeah.
If I can pull that up. There it is. All right, guys, you got to share the right thing here. Okay, so we're looking at this together right now, which is just a quick photo of our calculator with your stuff in here. We're going to, let's see. Of course, we're going to drop that after repair value to 245 now that we have a locked in comp for that. Aside from that, I think this is a heavy rehab. I do think this is a standard market, if not a low market. Rehab cost. Yeah, I think your buy price stands at the 127. This is listed at 245. Oh no, that's our after repair value, 165.
Phil, in the wholesale fee area, you have to make that number a negative. Otherwise, it's going to drop. Like, you see how the buy price says 127, but the dispo price says 112. You want to make it a negative so it goes up, not down.
So desired wholesale fee should be negative 15.
Yeah, when you input it, you input it as a negative, but it'll still show up the same. That's why it's kind of confusing. Is it won't, like, when you're actually looking at the screen, it won't say -15. Sorry if that's confusing. When you share your screen, I can show what I'm talking about. Like when you share the actual calculator.
Yeah, let me go to that now. Basically, stop that screen share and start another, and we'll re-enter in there. But does that make sense, Phil?
Yes, it does. I appreciate that. I was kind of looking at it. I was like, man, that's kind of weird. So that's my fault, but I appreciate it.
Nothing's worse than when the math ain't mathing. All right, let's go to share screen. All right, finally. Huzzah.
Click on the 12,000 for me really quick. Like actually click on it to, oh, are you on the shareable one? Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
So right there,
Right
it's a negative, so that it puts the buy price. It basically subtracts that number from dispo price to give you your offer price.
Beautiful. Perfect. And guys, like, the reason I have this as the shareable link is this is what you can access in my Blink card right now. If you go to that, I'm sorry. If you go to that, then you're going to go up to File, make a copy, make that your own, and then just like edit away. Right now, you wouldn't be able to edit this shareable one. So I'm actually going to do that since I don't have mine open. I'm going to say copy, make a copy. Beautiful.
Phil, on this Club Heights one that you sent me, I would send this to Slater. This is his bread and butter area, basically. And it's kind of weird because of where it's at. Like, it's right on the golf course, but also on the backside of the golf course. So I don't know how much value that brings because they're kind of scattered on price point all around that neighborhood. So I'd send it to Slater and see what he thinks. The Springs is kind of his bread and butter. And then, I'll end up with it at some point anyways from him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because collaboration.
Yeah, but I'd just bounce it off of him and kind of see what he thinks. I'll still send you my feedback on it, but in the Springs specifically, in these weird neighborhoods, he may be a better resource for value.
All right, man. Heck yeah. You want to just drop me a text with his email and I'll send it.
Yeah. Are you in the Discord? You are, right?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, just reach out to him in there because I don't know which number. I have like 4 numbers from him, so I don't know which one is the best one, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah, no worries. I'll get on Discord. And
he calls me off different numbers all the time. So
Phil, honestly, on the calculator, I'm going to probably use yours as an example and go through it now, but I know you only said you had a few minutes. So all you've got to fix on yours is the 245 and then make your desired wholesale profit a negative. And then whatever that spits out is your buy price. See what you can lock up in terms of this particular property. Okay.
All right, for sure. I appreciate it. Thank you for your time and your guys' help.
Absolutely. Thanks for hopping on with us here and letting us use your property as an example.
Thank you for the invite.
We'll see you later.
Later, y'all.
All right. So, hi, Austin. How are you today?
Good. Fucking tired. Need a nap.
Yeah, we've been running we've got a deal right now that's had a lot of people through the door that you've had to be kind of awake and on top of all day. So thank you. Do you mind, can you look at that screenshot that actually, never mind. I can solve this myself. I'm going to read these and retype them in here according to his. And if anybody's joining us live, what we're doing today is a little bit of a last minute hop in just to provide you guys some value so that we can go get back to work while we're honestly thinking, preparing, trying to decide how can we bring you guys the most value, and how do I utilize my YouTube to do that? So if you happen to be tuning in and you're like, you know what, this is what I need. I want to see Corianne on the phones more, or I need more interviews of cool people so that I can feel inspired, whatever that might be. I would love feedback, whether that be on a comment on my YouTube or just DM me, because I'm giving you guys my contact information here, as well as my calculator and how I actually sit down and comp every single one of my properties so that I have like spot on offers. And right now we're using the address that Phil brought to us, and we're checking what we see as the right buy price here. So he has a standard market. He has loading. That's never happened to me before. That's loading. That must be because I just copied it. Heavy rehab. Which comes out as 45. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to put 819 square feet. And then.
Dude, I've been talking. Hey, this is going to keep doing this to you. Just left click the template at the bottom where it says template of buy price calculator and duplicate. And now use that one.
People should do this themselves because they want to keep our template locked anyway, so that they can.
It's in the loom. I show how to like how you can get there and use it.
Look at you on top of it. Thank you for doing that. Okay, so we want to put 45 per square feet after repair value. We just found our perfect comp. We're at 245. Now we need to make some profit. Let's see what he had on his profit calculator. He had 20% instead of 15, which is pretty solid because your buyer's going to want to make something pretty good. What did he have different? Oh, okay. Profit changes. My profit looks different than his because I've changed our after repair value here. So I want to see
that, and he has majors in there.
He does have majors in there, which is important.
That'll change the profit also.
Seeing what he has marked as yes, since this probably comes from the conversation he's had with the agent. You're right, that drastically repairs it. Yeah, okay, so that's what he had.
Still a discrepancy though.
So I need to change this to 50. Something else is different. Because that seems low. He has 8%, 2%. He had a higher desired wholesale fee.
Hold on, I'll tell you right now. Give me a second.
Yeah. Let us check. Because I don't think that this price would fly in that situation. Let's check.
No, it's identical.
Okay, so if we change this to 250, does it make that big of a difference?
Yeah. That's the discrepancy is the 10K in profit.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Beautiful. Which would probably make this 15%, which isn't terrible, but not great. Yeah, okay, you at least need to be sitting at 15%.
I mean, in this price point,
this price point too, I'd be happy to make 1K instead of 12K. So we're zhuzhing our numbers, and that's the point of the calculator. And honestly, just like this is really a kind of a look behind the scenes in our business, because Austin and I sit around and do this all day. We talk about all of the varying factors that make comping an art and not a science. And this gets as close as possible, taking that art and trying to make it a science based off of numbers and different calculations and statistics that are over there. I'd just rather save you guys the time and give you access to this. And all I ask is that if you've got a cool deal in Colorado or Northern California, that you let me work it with you. Not only can I be a support in regards to the art that is what is the right number to get this under contract, but also your contract is important. And especially when you're dealing with a Colorado contract, they are 21 pages long. They can be a little overwhelming, and there are small things in there that can get you caught up. And I was looking at somebody's contract after they had worked hard to go under contract on a deal, and there were 2 to 3 things in there that honestly could ruin the deal for them, that might have to make them cancel. And so that's another value that we bring, as well as our amazing buyers lists and the contacts that Austin spends all of this time connecting with, and we want to get your deal sold. So just so you guys know, we're here for you. I'm going to drop again my Blink card right in the comments, and it will actually probably be in the description of this video, wherever you might be watching. In that Blink card, as soon as you accept my contact information at the very bottom, it says get my deal calculator. Snag it. You've got this. You can start using it and playing with it. It's as simple as I just did here. All you got to do is add some simple stuff. You've got to make sure that you've got enough profit for your buyer and that you know the major repairs. And then it's going to spit out for you, guess what? This is what I need to go negotiate, get under contract, and here's where I'm going to sell it. And the beauty of it is now you get a little bit of kind of an understanding and a wiggle room of going, well, okay, if I end up purchasing this at 101 and I only get to sell it at 107 and I make 6,000, is this worth my time? And that's a huge part of this business, is whether or not you're spending your time on the right deals. Generally, by the way, guys, this is spitting out a really low percentage of ARV, and I think that's because of the size here and location is causing that.
Bump the price per square foot down to 40.
That's a more reasonable number to get past. They're going to want a 1 in front in 6 figures.
Yeah, they're listed at 165, so it's not that far off.
I'm generally negotiating anywhere between 30 to 60 for just a regular decent deal, so that doesn't seem
well. There is a house down the street that sold for $70K. So,
I didn't see that as a reason. What house was that?
Oh, never mind. It sold in 2021. It's irrelevant.
Oh. Yeah, definitely irrelevant. I still feel good about that. Honestly, the 97, the 94, whatever it was like making me a little nervous, but a 101 I think I would go after. So this is technically the screenshot I'm going to basically send right back to Phil and be like, here it is, correct. Because a house this small, we've got to pull down our wholesale fee. There's just a couple things that I think make this the way that it should go.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, in this price point with what it is, the 94 is not super far-fetched, because generally you want a little over 100K spread. But yeah, I mean, you are right. They haven't been on the market long enough, I think, to take a under 100K offer.
Cool. Guys, if you are watching this now or you are watching this later, I hope that this has brought you value and that you're able to snag this calculator. Like I said, this is specifically built for Colorado numbers. There's some zhuzhing that you could potentially use for California, but I highly suggest you just wait and we'll bring you a California one in the future here on Comping CaliRado. We are going to be back next week, every Wednesday following Straight Outta Compin'. We're still trying to decide on time. So like I said, we're here for you guys and to bring you value. So if you have input on, hey, I could catch this if it was later, or I could catch this if it was earlier, or fuck, I don't even need comping. I'd much rather go to Straight Outta Compin' for that, but here's what I need from you. Feedback is welcome. We hope this brings you lots of deals, and we're going to go sell ours. We've got to go. But we hope you have a great rest of your week. Lock them up and hit me up if it's in Colorado. Bye, y'all.